Yes, it's so important. So important. So just talking about some of the things that we kicked around prior to the episode, and one of the most powerful lessons that I think that we have created in our household, creating the atmosphere of conversation and dialogue, is I have a daughter who's going on 6 years old, and we started this right around the time she started 4, but it really didn't anchor in her brain until about a year ago when she turned 5. And so it's this overarching question that we have allowed her to ask at any point: is this negotiable?
So good.
As a parent, I think most parents want to say something, give a directive, and have our kids just go do it.
Yep.
Life is far more simple when that happens.
Sure.
We don't end up having to repeat ourselves or have to go do the thing personally that we asked our child to do. Just go do it.
Yep.
But then that leans back on what our why of this conversation is. That is a type of conditioning. If you raise a child to never question you, if you raise a child just do what I say, you are creating what I believe is to be a future sheep.
Sheep, bad.
It is bad.
Yeah,
It is
absolutely.
bad.
But think about this too. So if you are conditioning your child and teaching Talia at a young age to not just accept no, but ask the question, is this negotiable? That requires a greater level of patience, intentionality, long-term thinking, and it definitely, I know, has slowed down a lot of your normal pace and speed. But if you're a parent, like, that should be your number one priority.
It has to be. Jesus still talks about go out and create disciples, right? Not Christ could have come to the earth as just an overarching authority and just spoke and things would have just happened. Yeah. That's not the model that he gave. He lived a life where he created space for people to question, for people to be actively engaging in him in dialogue. Yeah. And it's a great model for us as parents to live out. Is all things in life. Well, first of all, everything in life is a negotiation anyway.
Sure. If
you're in a romantic relationship, if you're married, if you're in the marketplace, if you own a business, if you have friends, you're negotiating everything.
For sure. Yeah.
And I love that I've dropped on here before, and I'll say it again, but nobody negotiates with you more than you. Yeah. So even we have internal dialogue with negotiating things, and that comes back to either compromise or commitment.
That's good.
So that's a great previous podcast as well.
Is this negotiable? And I know we're going to dive into this, but, giving examples and frameworks for how Talia brings it up from, wanting to stay up late, hang out with friends, like all of it. I just think about the intention and the presence that is required as a parent, but also the long-term impact that this is going to have on her.
Sure. Our desire is for our children to be able to think on their own. And what we're going to have to do inside of our home is create the model for it, the template for that type of thinking,